It is with great pleasure that I get to introduce Jonathan Ortiz-Candelaria as the student speaker for tonight's celebration. I first met Jonathan when he applied this year for one of our academic counseling services peer advisor positions. It was clear then, as is even more so now, that Jonathan shares the same values that OMA&D carries forward into our UW community. Jonathan is an excellent peer advisor who listens actively and empathetically, knowing that each fellow student he meets with carries their own experiences. He also understands that they are navigating through some of the collective challenges and barriers that many OMA&D students face at the UW. When he does offer his advice, it is informed, accurate, and tailored to the individual. In addition to his work as a peer advisor, Jonathan was a student ambassador for the Lewis-Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation in STEM. He is the director of diversity efforts for the Informatics Undergraduate Association, and he is an accomplished judo competitor who has traveled regionally for tournaments. Student speaker, Jonathan Ortiz-Candelaria.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves this evening and are having a great time. Like John said, my name is Jonathan Hugh Ortiz-Candelaria. I'm a Puerto Rico native, having moved to Washington after the devastation that was Hurricane Maria in 2017. Having lived my first 15 years of life in Puerto Rico, my move to Washington was an experience like no other. Everything I ever knew was suddenly thousands of miles away. It was a difficult time, yet I knew it was the right choice. I always wanted to go to university in the States, so it would be for the better. UW was my top choice when applying to higher education, and when I received my acceptance email, I didn't waste any time committing. Going into college, I was excited. I was ecstatic. Yet, like many, this transition came with struggles. I was farther away from my family. I struggled with balancing my time and responsibilities. Classes were challenging, and while I enjoyed the topics being taught, it was difficult. Being in a lecture hall full of 400 students, it can get really overwhelming. I had learned about the instructional center during orientation, so I said why not, and I just went with it and gave it a shot. Here, I found a community of students and tutors learning together. The support structure that the IC provided to me was essential to my education with one-on-one tutoring and workshops. Nearing the end of my freshman year, I hope to be more involved at UW. I saw an opportunity with the Lewis-Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation, LSAMP, for summer research. I said to myself, why not? Again, I gave it a shot, and I applied. I interviewed, and I eventually got the position. I didn't know even how to feel. This was my first ever research position, and while nervous at first, LSAMP gave me the right materials and training to succeed. Through the summer, I was able to work with a graduate student mentor on glacial ice research to eventually come up with my own abstract and research poster. This experience with LSAMP led me to want to learn more about their work and their mission. I wanted to get into DEI, and I ended up applying and getting accepted into their Student Ambassador Leadership Program. In this position, I was tasked with spreading the word about all the resources that LSAMP has to offer. And while attending weekly leadership development workshops, I was able to build myself up, not just as a leader, but as a person. I learned about the importance of skills such as communication and relationship building, the importance of diversity and inclusion, and much more. Through LSAMP, I was introduced to a variety of other resources. For example, the Organization of Management Leadership for Tomorrow, an org whose purpose is to bridge the gap between college and career for Black, Latinx, and Native American populations. Here, I built up myself professionally and created a network of like-minded individuals. Through friends I met there, I also joined ColorStack, who has a similar mission. These two orgs, which I would have never known if it wasn't for LSAMP, have led me to finding an internship opportunity this summer. Nearing the end of my student ambassadorship with LSAMP, I knew I enjoyed working in the field of diversity and inclusion, and I wanted to continue it. I loved it. So I found a student position as an ACS peer advisor under OMA&D, where I'm able to support undergraduate students with their journey through the university. I advise them on how to navigate the struggles and challenges that come with being an underrepresented student in college. Today, I can proudly say that I'm a peer advisor for OMA&D. I'm the vice president of the Judo Club at the University of Washington. I'm director of diversity efforts for the Informatics Undergraduate Association. I'm an MLT fellow, and I'm also the co-president for ColorStack here at UW. Next year, I will continue in these roles, supporting this wonderful community as much as I can. I will be finishing up my degree with plans to join the workforce after graduation, eventually being interested in pursuing a master's degree to further support my ventures. I want to give a huge thanks to the team at the IC who supported me through classes and essays upon essays, including my informatics essay, which I had to do twice, and it was a very difficult situation. But I got into informatics, and I'm very proud to everything that I've learned and to the iSchool. So I met the people at the table, so thank you for everything that you guys have done as well. To the team at LSAMP, Dr. June Hairston and Courtney McKee, which is no longer with us, but she has been so influential during my time in college. Also, she did not pass away. I'm so sorry. She found another place. I'm so sorry. She moved. All right. So to the team at OMA&D, Jon Olivera, my coworkers, the rest of the advisors at OMA&D, you guys have really supported me both with my academics and personal struggles. I remember last year, I had to go through the tough decision of dropping a class, and this was horrendous to me. This was a horrendous feeling. And I clearly remember one of the advisors, Delia, helping me through everything and really supporting me. And you know, it helped me feel supported and knew I was not alone. I want to give so many thanks to my friends, those back home, and those that I've met at university. But most importantly, I want to thank my #1 supporters, my mother, my sister, my father, and the rest of my family. I couldn't have done anything of this without. Before I wrap up, I want to leave you with a few parting words. An important idea I learned under guidance of Dr. June Hairston is how deeply oppression is embedded into society. Small actions taken by an individual simply address one issue, yet society will remain unchanged. This isn't to say what you do doesn't matter. It is meant to signify the importance of unity in the fight for struggle. UW has had a long history of civil rights movements on this campus, and we're once again seeing them happen because the fight for social justice is not over. I urge everyone to continue supporting the students and the new generation in our fight for justice and for what is right. In the words of OMA&D's own Emil Petrie in his book, Revolution to Evolution, transparency, accountability, and responsibility should be the rallying cry. So let's all come together and continue to strive for change, to strive for equity, and to take action to correct the wrongs in this world. Seamos la generación de cambio. Gracias.
You got me right up out of my seat, Jonathan. I don't know if I want to follow you. Your enthusiasm is infectious. Your contributions to the university, your fellow students, to your community, to the people of Puerto Rico, how you represent your family. You are just a treasure to us here, and we are so grateful to have you as one of our scholars and a member of our family. So again, congratulations, Jonathan. Thank you for sharing your story with all of us here tonight. Another round of applause, please, for Jonathan.